Happy late holidays. Your girl was missing for a couple of days because I had family things to do for the holidays, but I'm back and we're doing a little bit of rebranding. Welcome to Bree's Corner, formerly known as the Antisocial Social Club with the K. We had to do some changes due to the fact that I don't want to run into any legal stuff, okay? Not big yet, but we manifest things over here. Today, we will be talking about RVP. He and how he says that YT people do not have to apologize for being YT anymore. And that's fine, because we never asked that. But let's get into it. If it's your first time coming, hello. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We can do that. It's free. And if you've been here, hi, welcome back. And my name is Bree, and this is Bree's Corner. Let's get into it.
United States of America, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore.
Who? Who's apologizing for being white? And not just like who, I want to see them. I want to see them in the comment section. Like who's walking around like, black people, I'm sorry for being white. I'm so sorry for being white. Unless white equals to racist, or unless a part of being white is being racist, if that's what you're saying, because I've heard people apologize for being racist. I've heard people apologize for doing racist shit. I heard people apologize for constantly saying racist remarks. You're not. It's no way you're saying that white Americans are racist. But picture this: our vice president, a president that's supposed to be a president for all people, is sitting on a stage, a room full of Caucasian people, saying you don't gotta be sorry for being white. And y'all don't find none of this shit weird. Now, I want white people to be proud of being white, just like I'm proud of being black. I will expect that you're proud to be a white person, just like I'm proud to be a black person. But it's never a problem until white pride translates into racism some magical way. That's when there's a problem.
Of America, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore. Hey, straight white male here. Yeah, I've never once ever had to apologize for being white in the United States of America. And if you think that's actually a thing, you are completely detached from reality, my friend.
With JD Vance going off on his you don't have to apologize about being white thing, I want to talk about how that relates to public education and the threat that public education curriculum is under, particularly here in Texas with regard to outright erasing history. The issue isn't what they add to the curriculum so much as what they deliberately leave out. They want to, for example, leave out the parts of history that are uncomfortable, like the transatlantic slave route, chattel slavery, which they will say, well, slavery has existed in all parts of the world. That's a quote from PragerU, which is championed by members of the current State Board of Education. Slavery has existed in all parts of the world. But the particular form of slavery that existed in the United States that is relevant to us is a very specific kind of horror that began around the time of Columbus and continued on for more than 3 centuries after that. The transatlantic slave route. Read anything about it. There were people who chose the water. There were people who chose the water over the boat. We have to teach that part of history. We have to talk about it. We can't ignore it because maybe somebody will feel bad about being white, because schools teach facts. Parents help process those facts, right? So why do your kids feel bad about being white rather than thinking, I want to be like those abolitionists who helped. I want to be one of the people who helped. But we can't just erase it. That's what they want to do. They want to erase it. They're trying to preserve white supremacy. So we need to find the cracks in that logic. We can't let them erase history. We can't let them try to pretend that the truth is not the truth. Our Texas students deserve an honest history so they can go forth into the world after their education into the workplace, into these national and global spaces, because we live in an interconnected society and know reality about our history, not this sanitized, fake version. 316 days, Texas. 316 days, we flip this state, we take back education for the people of this state.
JD Vance is the worst kind of human and husband and father. Forget the fact that he totally disrespects and degrades his wife when he says things like, we don't need to apologize for being white anymore and more of us should be Christian. His children hear him say that. They're not white. And he talks about people who are not white and Christian as if they are less than. And his children hear him say that about their own mother. And he talks about the only way for America to become better is to have more Christians in it. And he talks about celebrating being white as if that matters. The fact is, he doesn't care about his own children. He doesn't care about the harm he's inflicting on them by saying these things out loud, because he only cares about furthering his own popularity, his career, and gaining more money. He doesn't care how much it damages his own children to get there, because he's only concerned about himself.
Didn't mean that white people don't have to apologize for being white anymore in the United States of America. What he meant is that white people don't apologize or have to apologize for being racist anymore. That's what he meant. And they know, without saying it out loud, that they equate racism to whiteness because it's embedded in the creation of the system and the category and the experience of being white.
In the United States of America, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore.
Who is apologizing? Where are the white people that are apologizing? When have we ever heard white people apologizing for being white? Historically, systemically. I barely want to say the word white, let alone admit that there's a problem with white Americans have never had to apologize for being white. In history, not in policy, not in culture, not in power. No one's asking white people to say sorry for existing. What is being asked is real fucking simple. Acknowledge racism. Acknowledge white privilege. Acknowledge stolen land and stolen labor. Acknowledge the systems that still exist and still work as they were designed to be in your favor, white person. Because be real, white people barely acknowledge being white at all unless it's followed by reverse racism or replacement theory. Or I'm the real victim now. That statement was not about freedom. That statement showed their fragility. Racism hates being named and privilege hates being seen. And suddenly when the spotlight hits whiteness, it's, oppression. But discomfort is not discrimination. Being questioned is not being erased. And being held accountable for problematic things is not an attack. And when you think that it is, that's some narcissistic shit. Nobody's ever asked y'all to stop and apologize for being white. What we have asked you is to acknowledge and take accountability about how whiteness, the system and the existence and the way in which it benefits you, harms us. Stop pretending your whiteness is invisible. We don't get to be invisible unless it comes to compassion and empathy and justice and freedom. Then we're invisible. The fact that this is the vice motherfucking president saying this bullshit, y'all, I swear we all died in 2020 because this has got to be hell.
Come on, guys, you're too fucking smart to think that JD Vance meant being a white person when he said you don't have to apologize for being white. You know what dog whistles are. He meant you don't have to apologize for being a white supremacist, okay? White people have never had to apologize for white skin. Right? What is the thing that white people have to apologize for regarding their whiteness? Racism, white supremacy, those kinds of things. That's what JD Vance is saying you don't have to apologize for anymore. That's what it is. That is a dog whistle, and that's how he meant it.
So JD Vance, you said white people no longer have to apologize for being white no more, huh? Wow. That's
that's probably the most racist sugar honey iced tea I ever heard in my life. White people no longer have to apologize for being white. Wow. Wow. That's probably the most racist thing I ever heard anybody say that was a president, vice president, ever. Wow, they ain't gotta apologize no more. So who I'm gonna hold accountable? Huh? Who I'm gonna get reparations from now? Huh? Man, it's some bullshit.
All right, so after watching all of those TikTok clips, I've gotten two things out of it: that Black people have never really asked anybody to apologize for being any skin color. That is factual. And that the people that are under discussion right now don't feel like they have to apologize for it. And they shouldn't. You shouldn't have to apologize for being white. That's the facts. You should just have to apologize for being a racist bigot. That's what you should have to apologize for. Because in our year of 2025, why are we still having these discussions? I can't believe that RVP got on the stage and said the things that he has said. His wife is not even white. Like, how can you even get on the stage and say that? But yeah, it was already said in the video. We do have a problem with white fragility at this moment, which I will post the definition. And there's a lot of victim mentality going on around here. And again, I will post the definition. Pause and read at your own leisure. But that is all I have for you today. I just feel like America needs to come together. We are doing a lot right now, and there's a lot going on, and all this divisiveness, division in the country is not what we need. So that is all I have for you today. This is Bree's Corner, and I love you guys. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'm out. Mwah.